want to ask, how are you feeling about sales? How are you feeling about launching? How are you feeling about all the things? Do you feel like it's easy? Do you feel like you could use some support? Do you feel like we get to get your audience more excited? Like, where are we feeling with sales? And do you like selling? One of the things I actually used to hate selling, I'm just going to total transparency here. I went through this period where I said, I hate sales. I liked getting sales. I didn't like the act of selling. Let me throw that out there. And I had to do this really internal thing that selling is serving. And when I really did that shift, like a mindset shift, it helped me so much. And that's not really what I'm talking about today, but it is a great shift to have, because so many people tell me that they're feeling salesy. They don't want to talk about it too much. And these are a lot of like mindset issues that we get to work on. But when I found that some of my favorite coaches literally sell every single day, I was super excited, because so many times we're told to like hide ourselves and not sell, but no other business is giving you value. When you walk in the door at Target, they're not saying, let's give you some value first before we ask you to buy anything. Now, first of all, that doesn't mean you don't get value. That doesn't mean you don't pour into your audience. That doesn't mean any of those things. However, like, you are allowed to sell every single day, and I'm giving you permission if that feels aligned with you and your business. A lot of times, even as females, we have a lot of mindset blocks around money and selling and asking for the sale and things like that. So I want to make sure that we can get over that, because I want you making money every single day. Like, that is my goal for everyone in my programs, for everyone that watches these videos. Like, my goal is for you to make money every single day and help you do just that through visibility. Yes. And right now we're about to do the activation event program. So it's called Activation. And really how I have gotten my audience so excited to get on board or to say yes to things is showing them and giving them this preview of what it's like to work with me. Not necessarily just on a live video like I'm doing now, but truly, what's it like to work with me? What's it like to get an email from me telling you that something's going to start in an hour or 30 minutes? Like, what's it like to be on live and in the energy with other people? Like, what's it like? Like, give them that experience. And when I teach about launching, which activation events typically come before launching, we call those the entry points. Like, we get to create this excitement, right? Before the launch. And an entry point helps us do that. Like, a lot of times people come into my activation events, the entry point, whatever you want to call it, and they've either been a raving fan, but they've been very silent. And they're like, I want to do something, but I don't know if I'm ready. And so this is a great opportunity for them to see what it's like, right? Or they got invited by a friend, or they got told about it, or they saw it in an ad and they jumped on board, and then they typically buy something. So it's not necessarily about the buying. Yes, that is a great byproduct of having an activation event, and I'm sure that's what most people want out of it. But can we look at all the other things besides the money that can come from this? You can create or deepen raving fan relationships, number one. Number two, you get visibility. Your expertise gets visibility, because you can't have an activation event and just like create it and just like anything else, hope and pray that they come. You actually get to go get visible, and you get to show up, and you get to talk about it, right? It's a lot easier for a lot of us to invite people to the free thing or a very low cost thing than it is to say, go buy my paid thing. And activation events work because of the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity says that if I keep pouring into you and giving to you, at some point, you are going to want to work with me, right? This is a whole marketing thing. Doesn't always happen, but it can. And the thing is too, like, a lot of times we don't give activation events or those entry points the right setup especially when we're disappointed because we don't make the sales that we want. But nobody said they had to buy right now. What if they bought 2 months down the road? What if they bought 5 months down the road? I have a client, we run major ads for her every single month. And one of the things that we did was we did a test. So we know everybody that comes in through an ad. What's the conversion? Like, what's it taking these people to convert from free to paid? Majority, like 48%, I believe, was in a week. Within a week, they buy. But still 2 years later, 2% of people were buying. And this is somebody that we're getting, I think we're doing anywhere from 1,500, probably around 1,500 leads a month. Do the math. Are you going to be mad? I mean, yes, we want them to buy now. But if they're not ready now, are you willing to wait until they're ready? And that's what activation events can do. It can actually speed up the process because they're getting you in a container, right? Whether it's a 1 hour container or a 3-day container or a 5-day container, whatever, with a group of people who are creating excitement and are also going to be getting results from the thing that you're teaching them how to do, which creates and breeds more excitement. When people are excited and feeling in your energy, they want more of that. Again, maybe not right now. Maybe they're like, I'm going to find a way to work with her. I'm going to find a way to buy that program. I'm going to find a way in the next 6 months to call her my coach or to call her my mentor or to call her my favorite product person, right? Visibility. You build your list. You create raving fans or you deepen raving fans. Relationships. Like activation, that's a no-brainer, right? That is an absolute no-brainer. And then, oh yeah, you might get some sales along the way too. That's just like icing on the cake. So that is what we are doing in this next program that starts tomorrow. The welcome call is tomorrow. It's called Activation. If you want in, drop Activate in the comments and I will get you the link, or I'll drop the link after I get off this live. But it is truly to help you create excitement before the launch for selling anything. Like you can literally do an activation event every single month or multiple times a month. I have created, what's the number? It's 19 launches in 17 months. And I've created an activation event for almost every single one of those. Sometimes paid or very, very low cost paid and most of the time free. It creates excitement for my business, and people have came in at paid and people have came in at free and people have still been working with me. Give your audience the opportunity to see what it's like to work with you. Give your audience the opportunity to see what it's like to be in a container with you, to see what the excitement's all about. And by the way, let me clarify this because I think sometimes we get mixed up. When I say excitement, it doesn't mean you're bouncing off the walls and you look crazy all the time. But if that's the way that you look, that is also okay. Some moments I'm really peppy and I'm standing up when I'm doing my lives, and sometimes I'm sitting down like I am right now. But you get to be you, but create this excitement around people wanting more of what you have to offer. And that truly starts with you showing up authentically, doing what you love to do, pouring in and serving your audience. And activation events can help you collapse time and do that in a much quicker manner than waiting on somebody to see your next 10 posts about that subject or your next 20 posts about that subject, knowing that the algorithm is not going to let them see every single one of those. So this is a great way to get the excitement, to invite them to the next thing. I do not say pitch, to invite them to the next thing. And we'll talk about that in this program too. But it is really such an organic, fun experience for not only you, but also your audience. Make sure you check it out. I'll drop the link. And if you want more information, just DM me.